Hi, I'm Kunal Shah, Head of Commodity Research from Nirmal Bank. I'm going to talk about which are the different crude oil benchmarks and also why oil market is in a need for a right benchmark. Well, when you talk about benchmark globally, there are mainly two grades of oil which are traded on the electronic exchanges, future platforms, and are very highly liquid. The first one in Asia, which is considered as benchmark, is Brent crude oil. That is basically coming from the Red Sea. There are four oil fields: Brent oil field, Osberg, Fortis and Ecofis. So this four oil field, whatever crude oil production comes from this oil fields is considered as a Brent crude oil. So the Brent crude oil production dates less than 2.5 million barrels per day in a market full of 100 million barrels per day. So in Asia, this is considered as a benchmark. And this oil is trading on Intercontinental Exchange of Europe, and in Asia generally people look up to this contract as a benchmark. But the fact is the production of these Brent crude oil has declined from 4.5-5 million barrels to 3, and now almost near about less than 2.5 million barrels, but still it is considered as benchmark. So there was always a concern about finding a good benchmark. In India, Brent crude oil is going to start trading on the Bombay Stock Exchange platform. But then we talk about the other other benchmark, that is West Texas Intermediate trading on NYMEX, also called as WTI crude oil. When you talk about WTI crude oil, it is basically called light and sweet crude oil because of its low density and also the lower sulfur content. That's why it is called sweet oil, and also Texas sweet oil. It mainly comes from the Texas. So this is the most liquid commodity across the globe. When you see all the commodities, is one of the most liquid contracts, and the price discovery takes place on account of production, demand and supply of the US oil production. It doesn't represent the demand and supply, global demand and supply, but in last 5 to 8 years, ever since we've seen Brent crude oil production has been declining. Now WTI has become a benchmark. US oil production has been moving up at a rampant pace. So WTI, we can say, apart from Asia, is becoming a right benchmark in North America, in America. So in India on MCX, this WTI crude oil contract is trading. The lot size is 100 barrels, and we've seen in India it's not a compulsory delivery contract like base metals, but it is the reflection of what is happening on the NYMEX. The same movement takes place on the MCX, and we've seen the volumes have increased. We also have a crude oil options. The average volume recently is around 2.5 to 3,000 crores in the crude oil option also, which have become very liquid, and there is a plenty of potential in futures and options of MCX of crude oil futures. Thank you very much.